Okay, okay, some people have asked about learning Wortanian. So, Wortanian sentences, or basically, well, writing Wortanian sentences, in the Wortanian language, you can either write in the Latin alphabet or the Wortanian script, which is actually multiple, similar to Japanese. It has multiple different scripts in it. So let's take a sentence. In Wortanian, there's multiple different types of punctuation. There's the normal period, question mark, and exclamation mark. But then there's secondary, like happy, anger, sad, uplifting, and downturning. There's the start and end of a sentence, and then there's the comma. So a few of the normal English sentence stuff, but it also has, also similar to Spanish, the start of a sentence also has the punctuation. Now periods, unlike in some other languages, periods go in the middle stratum, not the lower or upper stratum. And when you start off a sentence like this one, this is a angry and surprising, or, well, exciting. It's not like Spanish where it's upside down. It's just anger and exciting. And when you end a sentence, it goes the direct opposite. So this one is start sentence, anger, excitement. This one is it's excitement, anger, stop sentence. So let's take this sentence. Unsar ka ein shinsok lai kantl kai tun pe tansinka in sentence. This, now, when you're doing different phrases, it's always un sar. Or sometimes you can do un sa and basically get rid of this. Depending on which dialect, there's only two different dialects, northern and southern. In northern, you do un sar. In southern, you do un sa. Or sa. It's kind of the schwa sound, like in America, or Russia, or the sound. It's the schwa sound. Hello. Now, the A makes an sound, so ka. Ein, which is, in this version of ein, it just means I. Ein. Ein. Two S's. They make the not a sh sound or a s sound, but it's like an in-between. It's a kind of like a whistle, almost, but in between your teeth. Shin sork. Shin sork. And lai. And similar to Aztec, there's the TL. Kant. And in northern dialect, it's just Kant. Kant. But in the southern dialect, it's Kant. You do pronounce the L. And then there's the Kai. Tun pe Zansinka. Zansin, it's the root word. Zansin. Zansin means good. That's the root. And ka just makes it where it's talking about yourself. Period, end sentence. So this means even though I can sometimes be good at art, so even though I can sometimes be good at art, then it ends the sentence. Now, the thing about a runoff sentence, where you would separate it with a comma, like, even though I am sometimes good at art, but sometimes I am not, you wouldn't do that. That doesn't exist in Wortanian. So, it would end a sentence, and then you would start another sentence. This one I've made an anger, excitement. So, einai, which is just I, but also talking about myself, but it's the my instead of I. So down here it's my instead of I. My I, my. So it's einai, sometimes it's eina, double R, just like in Spanish, it's r, rin, saikai. Kun Zansinka Pint Licht Suntel Zan Zin Zai Li Kitlat. This word has always confused me because of this last phrase. It's ilta. It's hard to pronounce, even for me who's fluent. Now, the hardest part, or the easy part depending on whom you are, writing in the actual Wortanian scripts. Now, un is basically a single letter. In Wortanian, when you are talking about an object, you use the logograph system. So like a tree, just gonna quickly draw a tree down here, what it is in a tree. This is a tree. This means tree. That when you're talking about objects that exist in the world, you use the logograph. When you are doing like longer words, you use the syllabary. So like un, unless if it's like un sar. So this word, it's unsar, but it's only one symbol. So unsar, you basically prohibit this completely, and it's basically just un. Ka, this symbol, the O is an A, because it makes the ah. Imagine opening all of your vocal cords and making an ah sound. It kind of makes a circle. When you're doing a k, there's this symbol right here that emanates no breath. This is the tongue going into the back of the throat, and this is the top. So, k, k, k. And then, when A is at the beginning of a word, it's almost a circle, and then it like a Q, almost. And then E, which is do not get the K, the I, and the N confused with each other. It's very easy. The I sound makes an E sound. When you do an E sound, it's like your tongue goes to the top of your mouth, but it opens up So you do not connect them. They stay apart. So E. It's weird because it's really the side of your tongue that does it, but yeah. And then the N sound, this symbol means nasal, meaning you do the N with your nasal and the tongue goes to the top. So, ein. That is the word ein. And then the sh sound. This symbol, what I kind of breathe. This basically means the top of your lip goes over your other lip, and this is your tongue doing that weird whistle thing. So it's a sh. It's shin. Sor. There's that K. Or the or sound, well, the sor is also one syllable, and it's conveyed with two symbols. So this or sor. Now the L. Make an L sound right now. Oh, la 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 la. Where does your tongue go when you make that sound? Oh, kind of behind your teeth almost. So the symbol kind of represents that. Tongue goes right before your teeth. So, lie. There's the I again. I kind of drew that a little wrong because that's supposed to be disconnected, but we roll with it. And then, kant, the TL sound is one syllable and it's one symbol. It's this thing. Yeah. Tun. Wait. Oh. Hold on a second. No. That is not tun. I've actually lost my... Okay. So we covered... We're going on to the second sentence. We were on... No, we were still on the first sentence. This word. Right. This one. Okay. Then gai, which is this. Gai. 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 And you put a very strong emphasis on the gai. Gai. Then there's this, it's the t. Similar to the L, but it has like a huff. This means no air. Then there's this, which is same symbol up here. This makes the un sound. This whole thing makes the un sound. So, it is tun. And then pe, make the P sound right now. This means no air and you put your lips together. And then you open them. And the is There isn't really it's just this. It doesn't really draw any type of picture on how to say it at all. Then there's Sanzinka. It's a longer word, but it's still not considered long enough to be only it's only syllabary. It does use the TS sound, like in tsunami in Japanese. So it's sun. Wait, what? Sun. I forgot to put the letter. And it's fine. Sanzinka. End sentence. Now, it's the beginning of a word. So an A beginning with a word has that weird tail, and it's not a full circle. Eine or eine. In this case, it's eine. Now, here's the harder part with this double R. Try to do the double R sound. It's a trill, so that tongue, it's supposed to wiggle at the top of your mouth. It's not in the back of your mouth, not here, but up at the top. This is the Pacific sound that it does. This, when it goes to a sound, is actually meaning a different thing. So, ring, that is not it. Rin, no, rin. And then the L type sound. No, that is not an L. That is an S. Sign, Saikai, 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 Saikai. And then it goes into the longer word, made up of only syllables, so it becomes shorter. So it's the K with the un, TS, Zan. This actually covers both of the Zan. So instead of having two of these, it only has one. So, kun, san, zin. Kun, san, zin. And then a comma is represented as one on top and one on bottom. This continues the sentence. Then it goes into pinlich. If a K, I forgot to say this, if a K is at the end, it's like a sound. If it's at the beginning, it's k. So, yep. Then it goes into zund. Then it goes into another longer word, but it's not long enough. And it's not very consistent on how long these actually have to be. So it's zai, li, so zai, li, ki, lat, lat. Whatever that's supposed to make. So the sentence is, even though I can sometimes be good at art, my artistic stuff is most of the time not good. And in English, that wouldn't be grammatically correct, but in Wortanian, it is. That is a mini lesson for how to structure sentences and stuff. That's a rappa, snappa, dappa, and lappa, lappa.